What is this feeling? This feeling that I'm done. I can't do this anymore. This feeling that you want to quit everything. You want to quit jobs, you want to quit relationship, you just want to rest and recover and do nothing. What is this feeling that we call burnout? Or maybe it's a chance that is given to you to reset and change your life. Let's figure it out, the roots and causes of burnout. Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today's topic is what a lot of us have experienced. I have experienced it at least 2-3 times. And the last time was better because I noticed the pre-symptoms or the symptoms of the pre-burnout state of mind and state of your body. Burnout is something that is now so frequent, like a lot of medical leaves that people take, especially from the medical health industry and healthcare industry and anything and everything that makes people feel like they're run out of energy. And since I love to talk about more of the subconscious roots and causes, because logically, you already know. You know that burnout is this feeling of being tired or this feeling of I need to recover, I need to go on vacation or I need to take a medical leave and I just want to, and then I'll go back. But is it actually the sign that you need to go back to where you have been before? And we're not only talking about the job or the workplace or the relationship. We are talking about what mindset are you going to have while you go back to whatever you have been doing before you started to notice you have a burnout. The symptoms of burnout are very, very broad. And for some people, it will be mental struggles and mental health issues. And for some people, they will feel okay with their mental health. At least it will seem like that. But their health will suffer a lot. And they will not know what is this, why my body is falling apart, why my immune system is falling apart, why I have this physical collapse. And I go to every doctor and I can't find the reason why I'm feeling like that. And you know what the doctors will say. They will run some tests and eventually they will say, it's a stress. You should go to see a psychologist. I'm not a psychologist, really. And why am I not a psychologist? Is because I love talk therapy, but I don't like long-term work on the mind. I just don't like that. I believe that each person can have a chance of coming out of mental struggles much faster than in 20, 30, 40, 50 therapy sessions and years of struggles. Because while they are doing the therapy, they are still struggling. And I love fast results. That's why I became a hypnotherapist. And that's why I really believe that your subconscious mind, since it doesn't know time, it doesn't know how fast your healing can happen. The symptoms of burnout is from my clients who have had it, who have experienced that, and from my own experience, is this feeling, I'm done. I just can't do this anymore. And many clients notice that they don't have a strong, constant anxiety when they are in this burnout stage because anxiety needs a lot of energy from you and you don't have that energy. Another symptom can be physical health, immune system, getting sick very often, or the onset of new symptoms and also the inflammation or the worsening of the symptoms from the conditions that you had before. If you had arthritis, you might notice the inflammation is happening more frequently. If you had autoimmune disease like eczema, dermatitis, or headaches, they might worsen in the stage where your body starts to tell you, come on, hey, I can't keep up. I cannot keep up. A very good exercise that you can do in order to listen to your body and listen to what is it trying to tell you is I want you to choose one tissue, organ, or system that you are having problems with. For example, maybe it's a skin, immune system, muscles, cardiovascular, whatever it is, breathing problems, maybe reproductive organs. Just imagine that you close your eyes and you ask that body, that part of your body or that organ or that tissue or system to talk to you. Like really listen, if that organ could talk to you, what it would tell you. For example, you have a problem with your liver or your heart or your digestion. What that organ would tell you. Usually, one simple thing, help me. Help me. Like, please support me. Hey, like, give me some, I don't know, nurturing food, or give me the time to relax. Hey, think about me. Think about me, I'm here. So that's what physical symptoms in the burnout usually tell us. Another symptom that you might notice is a chronic fatigue. You might want more coffee if coffee is what really energizes you in the morning. You might be noticing that you are drifting back into the patterns of some substance addiction or shopping addiction, any type of attachment you have to something, some artificial, let's just say, thing. You might notice that you are prone to do it more often because the mind, the logic cannot hold the suppressed emotions and that and the root cause anymore. So then the subconscious mind will kind of resurface. What happens in a burnout is the logic and the analytical mind, right, cannot hold that stress anymore, and so it kind of collapses. And what happens is subconscious mind awakening, really bringing and resurfacing the pain. And that pain can show up in frustration and anger, can be in addictions, can be in new type, maybe in food, in binging. We will find anything and everything that used to help us in stress. Remember, once your mind forms a strategy, it will use that strategy all the time. Another symptom that I noticed is that people say, whatever brought me joy doesn't bring me joy anymore. Hobbies don't bring them joy, or they don't have an energy to do that. The job that I really, really loved is now a frustration to me. It's now is full of stress. That's what happens when you don't have the energy anymore. You're kind of drifting through life. Kind of waking up, doing the same routine that you have done, being overwhelmed. And burnout is the feeling of, let's just say, a tipping point, right? It's a tipping point of not being able to play a role anymore. And we're going to go to root causes, but for now, I want you to tell you what are the consequences of burnout if you do not listen to it, and if you do not really listen to your body and mind. One of them, it will be that you will start to be frustrated at the things that you love to do. That would be the biggest consequence. The job that you used to love, you don't love it anymore. You actually are done with it. You're like, I just don't do it anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore. Health issues. These are the symptoms that we cannot ignore. While you can ignore the job that you don't like anymore, or you might ignore the relationship that don't work anymore, or you have problems in the relationship, because burnout always affects your loved ones and yourself. Not only yourself, but the loved ones as well. And the health issues are something that we cannot really ignore. Once your body starts to talk, you run. You run to doctors and you run to release the pain. Whether it's medication, whether it's any other type, alternative health treatments, anything. Disappointment is another consequence. You start to be disappointed in life. You have been running. Burnout happens when we run in life. Don't even notice. Achieve. Goals. Anxiety, fear, and then you come back. You come back and you're like disappointed that, okay, I've lived 45 years and I'm not even sure that I have been doing what I really wanted to do. That disappointment and that guilt that comes with it is a super strong feeling. And thus, the mind always wants to release something. So it will release it maybe in a panic attack if you have been anxious, maybe in addictions and substances, maybe in binging, anything that can release it, or anger. Anger outbursts are also a release of a very intense pressure in your emotions. When the pain is too much to hold it, you release it. Also, there is one thing that people feel is that guilt that they are missing out on life. They wake up at 50 or 48, and usually burnout happens between the age of 35 and 60. People realize that I have missed out on so many things. I was so young and I was really chasing the wrong dream. I was chasing not my dream, but the dream of my parents, the dream of the society, the dream of my partner, the dream of other people, friends, standards, beliefs, whatever. But it wasn't my dream. And that what brings people that feeling of guilt, frustration, and disappointment. However, let's figure out what are the roots and causes of this feeling of burnout. Usually it's the control in childhood that you had to do things that you believed and your parents believed or caregivers believed was right for you. Like forced higher education, forced performance in school, when you really wasn't that interested in what you were studying, but you believed that this is what's going to pay my bills. And then you start to live that life. Who cares about me? They said it's important. So the main root cause of the burnout is this feeling and this belief that something is more important than me. I don't matter. Because burnout doesn't happen with people who really prioritize themselves and their health. It doesn't happen because they notice the body's symptoms. They notice the messengers from their life. And I will be very honest with you, I haven't seen a lot of those people, but I really thrive to become one. To become a person who will choose myself first, so that I don't get to that point of burnout, because that's not a comfortable and not really a pleasant feeling. It's a feeling of stuck. It's a feeling of being like, what do I do next? I don't really want to do anything because I'm tired. Controlled childhood and a huge over-controlling, overprotective parents could be the root cause that believe that I don't matter, I'm not important, but something else, someone else's opinion is important. The social standards are important, the mortgage is important, the bills are important, and everything becomes so important and there is no space for you. And then you just run. Remember, our body is very strong. It can hold a lot of stress. It's very adaptable, very flexible, and very dynamic. So yes, you will adapt to the ongoing stress and pressure until you can't do that anymore, until the inner resources are gone. And that's when the burnout happens. Usually we play a role. We all play a role, and that role is either the carer, the people pleaser, right, being convenient to people, the role of a perfect child. That's the differentiation by Marisa Peer. She's the founder of the school that I went to, and she really defined 4 roles that we play: the carer, the perfect child, the sick child, and the rebel. And the first 2, the carer and the perfect child, are usually the ones that get into the burnout stage, because they want to be perfect, and it can never be perfect, but they really run for that perfect plank. And that plank is always, like getting higher and higher and higher, overachieving and believing that other people's goals are my goals as well. The same, the root cause of why you believe I don't matter, my desires, my needs don't matter. I just have to run, and once I do that, maybe I'll be happy. Maybe then, yes, that's the thing. And then you scroll the social media, you see someone has something, and it's like, oh, this is it. This is what I want. And so you start to run after that, and you get it, and the satisfaction is only for 2-3 weeks, and you're like, oh. And then you go and look for another goal, and another goal, and another goal. And then at some point you come to a realization that everything I really wanted to achieve doesn't bring me long-term fulfillment. The lack of self-love is the same feeling as I don't matter, I'm not important. When and how in your childhood you realize that what you want and you don't matter, this is the core. Your subconscious mind, remember, the strongest mind you have, will not do any change, will not be motivated or inspired to do any change if it doesn't understand why. You need to talk to your subconscious mind and to tell your mind, hey, this is why we are doing this. Whatever you believed in at 5 or 9 doesn't really matter now. It doesn't really work. So that's why I like hypnotherapy, because it helps you to talk to your subconscious mind and tell your mind that what we believed at 20 doesn't really work. 25, and at 5 and at 8 and 12 and whatever age you formed the belief or made a strategy that you need to run after someone else's dreams and goals and not really define what you really want. So find that moment. It's going to be a really helpful and healing moment, that when you realize I was 15 and my mom told me that I can't be an artist because I have to be a doctor. And so I was 15. I believe that what they know is it's true. It's legit, so I'm gonna go. And then you became a doctor, or you became a healthcare professional, whatever. And you really loved it, maybe enjoyed it, but at some point you realized that, oh my goodness, I love art. I really love to be creative, or whatever you wanted to do. Or maybe you just wanted to become a hairstylist. And your dad might have told you that, no. People don't make a lot of money with, doing hair. People can make a lot of money with doing hair. But you started to believe that what I want, you started to doubt yourself. And that doubt really haunts you all your life. And then you become also with the people who are very controlling, with parents who are very controlling, and you had that forced actions that you had to do because you really didn't have that development of your own intuition. Usually the universe will give you those moments when you will have that moment to re-evaluate everything. And that moment is a burnout. If you haven't listened to your body before, that will be the case. What is burnout? It's like a crossroad. You're standing in a crossroad and you have a choice. Either I'm going to do things differently. Remember, change. And for people who have burnout, they have a fear of change. That's why they were running and doing the same thing, right? Because they were afraid to change. Or afraid of unknown, of uncertainty. You have one way that you can go and you can do things differently. You do things differently, you have different results. Logic. But you will have to release things or let go of the stories and beliefs that are not working for you anymore. Or you can recover, of course, because burnout really will tell you that, hey, take care of your health and of your rest. And then you will go back to the same workplace, to the same conditions, to playing the same role. And then don't worry, because the universe is going to give you another burnout. So it will keep talking to you. We just don't want to go to that moment because the health issues and the way that you're going to find out that I'm still not doing what I need to do, it's going to be more painful each time you have a burnout. Rest is so crucial, and you know that already. But in that rest, I've had clients who took medical leave from work and they really focused on themselves. Really focused. They told me, Kate, this time I want to do it differently. If I'm going to do the same, it's going to just, bring me to even more pain. So they realized that they cannot do it anymore. But letting go of your limiting beliefs, it's painful a little bit for your mind. For your ego, it's super painful. Yes. When people ask me, is hypnotherapy dangerous? Is it dangerous? And I say, yes, it's very dangerous. It's dangerous for your ego, because ego doesn't want to let go. Ego doesn't want to let go of the old patterns and the strategies that we built in the past. So it will be very painful, and you might even notice that, right? So this is about really switching on your consciousness and really getting ready to change, because that will bring you a lot of joy and fulfillment. So taking care of your health and really deciding and making a decision that I'm going to do things differently. I'm not going to. So maybe it's a change of job. Maybe it's a change of career. Maybe it's therapy work, any type of therapy, but I recommend working on the subconscious mind. Since you are already in the burnout stage, better work on the strongest mind you have. You don't have those years. Hey, you don't have those years to work and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. No, you need to really release those stories, let them go, and find the way how to live your life with more joy and happiness. What does that mean, to let go of the stories? It means that you will start to invite new information and accept that something didn't work in the past without guilt. Very often we wake up at 45 or 40 or 35 realizing like, hey, for 20 years I haven't been doing what I wanted to do. I always was listening to my parents or my partner or someone who knows better than me. And that's a skill, to learn to listen to yourself. And that's your task. This is your job, to learn while you are recovering, resting, and having some time to yourself. In this time, you will need to minimize your life. To minimize your life, to let go of some responsibilities that you took on. For example, you're helping someone, some friend, and it's a constant help. No, you'll have to say no to that. You'll have to say no to things that are not important right now, because you are the most important person while you are recovering in the burnout, and not only in that moment, but all the time, at all times. And if you want to learn how to come out of the burnout and in that stage really notice the symptoms of your body, notice the symptoms of your mind, and really learn to listen to yourself and really uncover who you are, because that's the place, that's the time to uncover who you are. I have a program that's called You Are Love. That's the program where you choose yourself. That's the program where you learn to love yourself and make yourself the most important person in your own life. I love you all. I hope this helps. Please do that. Please find that moment when you learn that strategy that you are not important, and it will help you a lot. And work on that belief. Releasing the belief, it's possible. Your mind learns by repetition. So it can learn anything and it can unlearn anything. You will never be able to forget, but you absolutely will be able to embrace the new behavior, the new strategy, and the new belief. I love you all. Be healthy, emotionally and physically. And if you want to sign up for the program, the details are in the description.